All right, let's do this. How to have a perfectly organized life? Question for you. Let me answer this. When I talk about time management and planning, a lot of women assume that I have this perfectly organized life where nothing ever goes wrong. There's a perception of how my life looks like because I'm a productivity specialist, a time management expert, and passionate about organizing. However, time management is not all about that at all. Time management is not about having perfectly organized and planned out life. Not at all. In my mentorship, I'm holding space for women who want to bring in more structure in their business and life, but I'm not creating perfectly organized lives because it's simply impossible and unnecessary. The beauty of life is that it's ever changing. And mastering that change is what Less is More mentorship is about. That's what it is about. It's not about having that perfect structure and organization and time well spent and being productive all day, every day. No, not at all. It's about having the tools to get back in the balance whenever you get thrown off track. That's what it's about. If you want to leverage your time and embrace the change to thrive and lead like you are supposed to, join us in the mentorship. But I wanted to give you a few ideas, a few things that you can start doing on your own without any guidance to really stop being busy and get more organized about the important stuff in your business. Bring in more of that structure that we're talking about. And there are a couple of steps that you will have to take. And the first one is to understand what matters. And this is the first, most important, and the hardest of the steps. Because this is where a lot of us fail, because we simply don't know what we want. What does matter to us? When I speak with women and I ask them, if you would have now 4 extra hours in the day, what would you do? What if we could free up your time so you could work only half day and the rest of the day, what would you fill it with? What would you do with that time? And I have heard many different answers. Starting from, I don't know, right? Because when we're busy, when we're exhausted, overwhelmed, and almost burned out, we just want more hours in the day. But when we're given these hours, when I take the magic wand and I say, listen, now you have 4 hours, what you gonna do? I don't know. I don't know. I want to do so many things. How can I choose? I want to go to spa. I want to have a massage. I want to have a manicure. I want to spend time with my kids. I want to go on a date night with my husband. But what? What matters? What are those things? Prioritizing them. That's hard. So, first and most important step, understanding what matters. Then keep only what you need. And that goes for our minds and for our physical space. Stop cluttering your mind with information that you don't need. If scrolling through reels on Instagram is not beneficial to you, your knowledge base, your business, your growth, then why do you do it? I understand we all like to just, think about nothing, relax our brain, binge watch. And that's fine, as long as that's your intention to do it. But so often what I see is people with their phones, and I'm not talking about teenagers, I'm talking about grown-ass businesswomen scrolling through pretty IG photos. And listen, no judgment here. I watched funny cat videos on YouTube for ages only to realize, oh my God, where did the time go? I'm guilty of that myself. But now once the knowledge is growing and I invest more time into learning and understanding the tools, how I can get out of that, it's become that much easier. And my time is more intentional. And this is why I said at the beginning that time management is not about having perfectly organized and planned life. It's about having those tools to get you back on track. The third step, schedule important stuff. Schedule important stuff. Because if these tasks, these actions that you need to take that are important are not in your calendar, they don't exist. They don't exist in your day because you have not assigned and planned the time for them in your day to complete them. So you will not get it done. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. So if it's not in your calendar, in your schedule, it's not as important. Does that make sense? If you need to bring your kid to the doctor, you're not going to miss the appointment. You will make sure that somebody reminds you. You will make sure that it's in your calendar so you don't double book yourself for anything else because it's important. So what's important in your business? What's important for you to do today that you really need to schedule it in to make sure you actually assign the time so you have the time to do it? Next one, give everything a home. If you don't know where things are, you're going to waste a lot of your time. If you're looking for things around your desk, in your drawers, in your file cabinet, in your house, how much time are you wasting? And the same applies to your laptop, to your folders in there. Are they organized, or you kind of like have everything on the desktop and then you tidy a little bit up by the end of the week and we're good to go? Try to see where you're at and if all the things that you do need that are important have a designated space in your mental space, in your laptop, in your physical space. And the final step is to declutter, and declutter regularly, because we tend to hoard stuff. We just love doing it, and sometimes it's unintentional. It's just kind of like natural to buy a bowl, then never use it, buy a wine opener, and then we end up with 10. Why? Why do we need that? So these are my tips for you. I hope they were helpful. Let me know in the comments. Maybe you have any other suggestions. I would love to hear. I would love to hear them. I'm always for improvement, for growth. And everything that has worked for you, I'm sure will work for some other person. So if you could share that, I would really appreciate it. Otherwise, I will see you next week, same place, same time. And I wish you a great and happy rest of the Thursday.